Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I thought I would sit down and do a video for you guys and gals. Get a sip of my water first. Keep you guys a forearm shot. Alright, let's talk about this. And this is really the crux of the matter. Everyone noticed I've been really hard on the carnivore diet, and anyone who advocates it. And the reason for it is purely the idea that people can be healthy without vegetables, because you can't. And that is literally the most unscientific idea that you could possibly have regarding nutrition. And that's my problem with it. It's again, this is a case of there is no scientific debate here. Okay, there is no scientific debate on this one because the research has been so one-sided and so overwhelming that for anyone to even make a case for it, they would need something like 20 or 30 studies and multiple meta-analysis to even back their position. Okay, because study after study after study, even when they weren't even looking for this specific data, just finds over and over and over and over that all of these health risks and cancers and everything go down for people who consume the most vegetables. In other words, when you look at population studies, individual studies, everything else, cancers is a perfect example. As vegetable intake goes up, cancer risk goes down when they actually look at different metrics of how much vegetables people eat. So there's a quantitative thing in many of the phytonutrients, and many of those phytonutrients are what these people are calling anti-nutrients. Many of them have protective benefits, cardioprotective benefits, cancer protective benefits. What they're noting is that there isn't even an upper threshold that's been measured on a lot of them. In other words, it seems to scale indefinitely. I mean, in theory, there should be a cap because there's going to be a point where your gut can't even hold a certain amount of vegetables. There'd be a point where it would be dangerous or you would be vomiting them up or whatever. I mean, so there's practical limitations, but from a measurable benefit as far as health and these things go, there doesn't appear to be an upper threshold. It's not just, hey, I need the RDA on my vitamin C and other stuff. No, it's all of the various phytonutrients and various antioxidants that have been found repeatedly to reduce cancers, to reduce atherosclerosis, all these other things. And that is the problem with people promoting any diet to where they're like, oh, don't eat vegetables. All right, that is the height of nutritional insanity. And the fact that anyone has been convinced to do this is ludicrous. And that's why I'm hard on people like, Jordan Peterson, because I'm sorry, but quite frankly, I can't take him seriously as an intellectual. I can't stand there and honestly believe that this person has critical thinking skills or a high IQ when he even ever came to a conclusion of, hey, I should try cutting out vegetables from my diet. If someone who's looked at any literature or talked to a doctor or a dietitian, that he even got to that point, I'm seriously questioning it. I mean, that is as bad. That is on the level of him saying, well, I tried out and looked into this flat earth thing and decided to go with it. It's at that level. It's ludicrous. And here's the problem. You have people promoting it, and people say, well, it's not that big of a deal, except it is. I am seeing it everywhere in fitness circles, in fitness groups, Facebook groups, everything else. And it's being promoted, and people are not slamming it. So when someone says they're doing it, you're not seeing a barrage of people saying, oh, that's crazy, you shouldn't be doing that. Okay? It's like an accepted diet type at this point in the fitness community, which again is crazy. It's crazy that people have been convinced to try this. And these aren't people who are suffering from a deadly medical issue to where they're going to die anyways. So what if they die 20 years sooner from not eating vegetables? That's not what we're dealing with. Because, I mean, I guess you could make the case in that point. If you have a medical condition that is so deadly that you're going to die in the next 5 years, and, you're 20 or 25, and the doctor said, we can't have any fiber in your diet, we got to get rid of all these vegetables. I would hope you would at least squeeze a bunch of vegetable juice out and filter the fiber out. I mean, something, right? Because then you're cutting all your vegetables out. It's like, okay, well, you're still going to die of cancer or cardiovascular disease in 20 years now, but at least you didn't die of 5 of this other condition, okay? Because that is where we're at with it. And the thing is, with vegetable intake, vegetables give you wiggle room on all the other parts of your diet. When we talk about various things that are bad in your diet, eating more vegetables literally offsets the health negatives of them. Like refined sugar, perfect example. We all know refined sugar is bad for you. I'm sorry, anyone arguing otherwise, you're not looking at the data. You're not evidence-based. Let's not cut it out, you flexible dieters. But eating more vegetables offsets a lot of the negatives. Obviously not all of them, but a lot of them. Same thing, really high saturated fat intake has negatives. I'm not saying saturated fat, I'm saying when it gets really high, depending upon the source and a lot of other factors, right? But if you eat enough vegetables, you start offsetting that. You see where we're going with this? It's almost as if the more vegetables you eat, the less perfect the rest of your diet can be, and you still retain quite good health. So when we have people in the fitness world pushing this, they have to be called out. This has to be called out. Liver King, whoever else. I don't know that many people who are doing it. I just see the small people doing it who aren't even influencers. I don't even know who else promoting it. If you guys will get me a list of people who are doing it, I'll start calling them out by name. But so far, I only know of 3 names. The Liver King, Jordan Peterson, and Dr. Sean Baker. As far as I know, these are the only experts or influencers, people who are promoting it. So people are like, why are you harping on them? Because they're the only ones I see in my feed who have outreach. I see dozens of people further down the chain who are followers doing it. I see people in my comments doing it. I don't see other people, big names, promoting it. If you people tell me who they are, I will call every last one of them out by name as evil, dangerous, destructive people who are harming others. I'll be happy to do it if you guys give me names. Give me links to their stuff, send it to me on Facebook, whatever, send it to me on Instagram. I'll call them out because they need to be called out. This is the worst thing I have ever seen in the fitness world. Even blasting huge doses of gear doesn't even compare. This is my opinion. I honestly think that eating 0 vegetables, I think it's healthier to blast 2 grams of test a week than it is to eat no vegetables. If you made me pick between the two, I think you're going to live longer. So let's talk about what the really dangerous message is. And notice I'm not saying it's healthy to blast 2 grams of test. You're going to die young. Okay, probably. But you'll still live longer than someone eating 0 vegetables. Most likely. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.